What's happening, people? Welcome to the channel. I got a few fragrances here that I've been considering for important occasions. So these are important fragrances for important occasions. These are the things that I consider. Even yesterday, I actually got married yesterday. We went down to town hall. It was a big, it was a big day. So it was an important day. I have a nice outfit picked out, but I need something to complement that. So these are the fragrances that on these important days that I tend to reach for. At least I have to eliminate which one I'm not going to wear. And it's a difficult task because I have a lot of really enjoyable things. So let's start it off with the first one I reached for, but I did not wear. Creed's Green Irish Tweed. If you guys probably heard about this before, this is a very famous fragrance now at this point. Creed's Green Irish Tweed is just a handsome, easy to wear, all-rounder. Could be the only fragrance you own. And honestly, if I went back in time and I could only get one fragrance, I'd buy this one first. If I could go back to the beginning, instead of buying all the different clones of it and doing that, I'd probably rock this first. If you guys want to know what it smells like, try to sample it. Try to go to a store. Don't trust, just clones and stuff like that. Just try to actually smell the real thing if you can. It's really nice. You could get like a 10 ml sample of it for a pretty affordable price somewhere. Or just walk into Bloomingdale's. It's going to be sitting right there on a rack. Spray it generously. This one I like to spray generously. I'm already done with like half the bottle. Kind of feels a little light here, so I'm going to have to get another one. You guys know I haven't had this that long, and I've been tearing through it. It's kind of my important day fragrance. Anything that's at least a little bit important, we're going with this. So, interviews, anything like that, new people, family events. It's very usable for those important days. So that was the first one I reached for, but it is not the one that I ended up with. I did reach for this one as well. I had it on the shelf, the elimination list. This was the second one I considered. This is the Amouage Reflection. It's a nice deal too. I wanted this for a long time and I finally did get it. I'm happy about it. I do enjoy it, and I use it almost in the same use case as the first one I just showed you. Amouage Reflection, man, is really nice, guys. It is this fresh, again, handsome, clean smelling, white florals, but also jasmine and florals, like in a sweet way and this powdery way. It's not too overbearingly anything. It is perfectly balanced and very enjoyable. And again, I've worn clones of this one, but I'm glad to have the original. I'd say the Alexandria one was the one that I liked the most. It's called the Runway. So that one gets pretty in the ballpark of what this smells like, except that one's a little bit sweeter. And this one is much more, it's the original. So it's worth the price. I enjoyed it. And you can find this for a good price. Don't get hammered. There's ways to get it cheap, guys. Or not cheap, but affordable. In the 140 range, I think I've seen this now. Kind of getting lower and lower. So definitely check it out, guys. Reflection Man, super nice fragrance. Another one that I considered was Darlie from Parfums de Marly. Darlie here. I don't know if they meant for it to rhyme, but this is another handsome, really nice fragrance, super inoffensive, maybe even a little generic, but special and handsome and adult male. It's really nice, guys. So enjoyers of Reflection Man, enjoyers of Jean Paul Gaultier's La Male even, you would enjoy this too. And this is, I'd say, a balanced, take on that kind of a DNA. It's not really vanillic at all. It's a woodsy, fresh, handsome DNA. It's got a little bit of these barbershop components to it, like a fresh haircut, but not in a green way, in a smooth shaving cream, kind of sweet shaving cream. If you guys have ever smelled that, like sweet whipped shaving cream, it's got that going on with it. And it's got these really nice smooth woods underneath it. It's a sweet fragrance, but it's light. And it still has this handsome edge to it, and it's quite special. So definitely check out Darlie if you're considering something special, something for an important day. And then I also considered wearing this new Argos fragrance that I have that they keep surprising me with the stuff that they're putting out. I have 5 bottles now from them, and I didn't expect this, but it's a mass appealer. I try to compare it to something, and it's tough to compare this to anything that I've smelled, but it does smell like a category of fragrances. It's a sweet, fresh, floral male fragrance for sure. It's just really handsome, great fragrance. This is Danae from Argos. I mean, they put a lot of notes into their fragrances. They're very generous with what they're giving you. I enjoy the house, and I was skeptical at first, but now I actually really enjoy the house. Not plugging, guys. I'm not sponsored, affiliated, nothing like that with any of these companies. Probably never will be. So just take my word for it. If I could go back and get a Argos fragrance and get the first one it would be Dene for me personally first. Then I would get Sacred Flame, and then the rest. I'll make an updated video on that. So definitely check out Dene. I think it is the most mass use case, mass appealing one you could actually grab from the whole collection that I have, at least. It's just a very easy wear, guys. It's a fresh, just awesome fragrance. Almost like how Versace Eros Flame gets you in that direction, but it's different. Almost like how Chanel Homme Sport Extreme gets you in that direction. Almost like that, but in its own way, and a lot more going on in the fragrance. It's very enjoyable, guys. It's really a rock star fragrance. Super nice, easily signature scent worthy. And I'll show you the one that I wore. So these are the ones that I wore. I layered them. This is the first fragrance I ever got right here. The EDT first, the EDP second. This is Dolce & Gabbana, the one, all right? You can get this for like 45 bucks. I see it on websites. I actually got it on the screen over there right now. Just sitting there. It says $45 for the tester. You get a 200 mLs, guys? 150 mLs, all right? So I'd recommend getting the biggest bottle of this you can get, because you can spray this liberally. You can really put a lot of this on. I always spray like a ton of this, guys. I spray both of them. I like to wear them both as a layer. I think they complement each other in ways that make this like a really fun layering experience. This has a sweeter, more airy, more projecting kind of density, less dense to it, and this one's more dense, more spicy, more woodsy, more deep, and it sits on you for longer. But this one tends to project a little bit harder for longer. So because of its lighter distillation or density, it tends to burn off of you and reach out a little farther. So I just like how these complement each other smell-wise and chemistry-wise. They really do a good job, and I enjoy it for the price too. You can get them for cheap. Now I got full price designer like at a retail store, so don't do that. See if you can find it for cheap. You could definitely find these for cheap, guys. You know, under 50 bucks if you can get that. It's a steal, and this fragrance right here is really hard to pass up. This is what I wore, you know, the day I got married, which was yesterday as of this video, and this one beat all the other ones on the list, right? So these two ended up being the ones I wore. It's handsome, it's flawless, it's a 10 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with this fragrance. You know, the EDP and the EDT, just super great, and that's what I ended up wearing. And if you guys don't have it in your collection and your collectors, it's worth having, even though it's a generic fragrance. For a lot of people, they're like, oh, it's generic. Yeah, okay, this thing's awesome. It's a very perfect fragrance for almost every single anything. It's inoffensive. You can't overdo it on accident. It's a good beginner scent too, because like you can't overspray it on accident. It's just not possible. This is super easy to just, you know, make it work for every occasion. And I was dressed up super nice, and this is also a cozy winter fragrance. You could wear it in the summer. I'd say at nights more often. It's just really handsome, guys. You guys can look at the notes. It's got this like cardamom feel, very like, it's very soft, fresh, but still masculine, and it's still there. Very mass appealing, no real edges to it at all. Smooth kind of wearing experience. Woodsy and deep, and a little bit of spices, but not too carried away at all. This is really nice, guys. Super nice. Like, this is the one that I chose. Check it out. So, you know, let me know what's your most important fragrances, you know, for your important days, like how I had to go through that. Little honorable mention though, Hanemori's Hymn. Now this one right here is a lot like that Dolce & Gabbana the one, but I'd say it's a little bit more edgy. It's got a little bit more like forward with the woods. Like it's just hits you really hard with that kind of woodsy note, and it's almost like they're polished in a way. Hard to explain, but very nice. Still a fresh fragrance, a masculine, much more masculine fragrance, a little bit more edgy, but still the same kind of wearing experience. Very pronounced, a little bit more mature, but still, you can't go wrong with this one right here. So guys, if you got this far in the video, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Appreciate it. I'll see you down there in the comments. Peace.